I'm Chuck Frederick, owner slash administrator of Helping Hands Residential Care Home. If you've been following my journey for a while now, then you know that I just recently reached 1 year as an administrator and owner of my own facility. So, to celebrate that, I want to talk about 5 best practices that I've experienced that helped me grow over my first year as a full time administrator and owner of an assisted living facility. Now, any value from any of my videos, if this your first time watching, make sure you like and subscribe because I've been putting out this content to try to help as many people as possible. But 99% of my views are coming from people who aren't even subscribed yet. So do me a favor, click that link below and make sure you're following so you can stay up to date with all my videos. Best practices. The number one thing, well, one of the most important things that I do at my facility that kind of help keep things fresh, fun, and relevant for the families and the residents is celebrating all holidays. So every holiday that's coming up, like right now, we are in February. We have hearts all over the house. We got heart cookies, heart cupcakes, heart backdrops, Valentine's Day. I got already ordered my supplies and decoration for St. Patrick's Day. For Thanksgiving, we had a friends and family Friendsgiving. To invite, close relatives, maybe one or two people to come in and have Thanksgiving with us. I went to Cracker Barrel, ordered some. They had a large takeout order that was like, I think like $200, 250. Let's feed 12 to 15 people. So that was something I wanted to do for my staff and my residents and their families. And for Christmas, I bought matching pajamas and Santa hats for, all the residents to match and take some photos and to send out to the families. They really liked it. Got some good feedback. So you want to keep things fresh, keep things fun. For birthdays, we order a cake. We order the birthday girl satchel thingy that they wear. We put the crown on their head. We light some candles. We do it big. The ladies really enjoy it. It's an opportunity to celebrate. Like they're still a kid, and it's really fun for everybody involved. Send them photos to the family, and they send it out to their family, and it's just something to let them know that we actually care, and we are remembering these days and important times to the family and the residents. So celebrate all holidays. You want to keep an open line of communication. You want to make sure that you are checking in with the family. I try to check in at least once a week. Say, hey, mom's doing well. She's been eating it. Everything's going great. Maybe even snap a photo of mom doing something. Maybe she may be doing physical therapy or doing an activity, sitting outside. Or sometimes I take my residents walking in the neighborhood. So things like that. Just trying to keep the family informed of how the loved ones are doing. And you want to keep that open line of communication so that they know that mom is fine, they know that she's doing good. And, they kind of get going sometimes and may not notice almost a week have went by since they haven't talked to mom or, spoken to dad. So sending that video, sending that picture is a big help to them. When you get concern from family members, I had a daughter reach out to me and say, hey, mom says she hasn't been showering. Mom says she doesn't get the food that she wants to eat. Mom says no one turns on her TV, and I'm not there 24/7. I have cameras in all the common areas, but I like to take all of the family's concern as if, they're all actually true. Just it holds me accountable. It holds my staff accountable. So I look into any concerns that I have, and I try to provide any proof that I can to let the family know, like, hey, I looked into it. This what I seen. This what I found out. Just to know where we are. But a lot of times you have family members of dementia residents, and they're like I said before, their reality and things that they see or believe in their head is, that's what it is. So if they say last night they made it out of the house, they walked themselves to the hospital, then that's what happened. So I may have a family member say, hey, mom says she got out last night. Is everything okay? Like, of course, check the camera. No one made it out. No one. And, we put things in place to kind of make sure that if doors are open, windows are open, we know. So I just have those conversations, make sure that family members know that we have a safe space and they can come to me with any concerns or issues to be able to get addressed and, get a report back, whether true or not. So I keep that open line of communication. Also with your staff, you may get to points where certain staff members feel like another staff member may not be pulling their load or doing their job or leaving extra work for them to do, so you got to have those conversations and address any issues that they may have, and at the end of the day, we're all working as a team, and I try to reiterate that, it's a small company. It's just 4 or 5 of us. So if we fall short, then all 5 of us fall short. If it's not getting done, that means we're failing the families, we're failing the residents. So because the extra load of laundry isn't done, that shouldn't stop the progress that we're having, the success that we're having. So if I got to come in and help out, wash some clothes, do some laundry, I'm totally fine doing that. Just let them know that we're all here for the same thing. So keeping that line of communication open on all fronts. You want to be able to build relationships, especially with other ALF owners. When I first got started, I joined FALA, which is Florida Assisted Living Association. I'm sure there are other associations in other states, but I joined the St. Lucie Treasure Coast chapter, and I met some other women that were in the business, and I was just getting started. I didn't have a resident yet, but there were some people that I was able to have conversations with, that I was able to share my struggles with, and they were able to share some struggles with me and say, hey, I've been in the business for X amount of years, and this has kind of been the slowest period, so it kind of reassures you that, maybe it's not your problem or your fault that your beds aren't filled, or, they can point you in the right direction of who to talk to or how they were able to build their business and stay in business for so long. So definitely build those relationships, because once you have built those best practices and continue to thrive as a business owner and grow, then there are going to be times where you can reach out to them and say, hey, I'm full, but I have a resident that needs placement. And it can be vice versa, so I've had that happen as well, where a fellow colleague, her place was filled, and she can call anyone, but because we have those conversations, I check on her, she checks on me, we share resources, and she was able to help me get placement. So now that I'm filled, I've been referring people to other placement agencies, or depending on their level of need, if they need skilled nursing, then I can refer to a placement agency and they can help find them somewhere to go. And then in return, the placement agency bought, lunch for my staff, just showing a sign of appreciation. So build those relationships with the placement agencies, other ALF owners, and just in the community. Find a business association. You can go on Facebook group and type in business clubs in your city, in your area. And if you can be the only ALF owner or one of 2 ALF owners in that group, that'll be a big opportunity to start a network, and start to build that referral base in that community of other entrepreneurs and business owners. It's learning your residents. Sorry. Learning your residents. You want to make sure that before you accept them, you at least have a little background of who they are, how they got to where they are, what type of things they like, what they do during the day, how they sleep at night. You want to kind of get a basis of who you are accepting in your community, and then from there you kind of build those relationships with them yourself, especially if you don't come from a medical background. You want to review their medications. You want to have your pharmacist or the doctor that you have on hand review the medications, and they can kind of let you know what type of things to expect from that resident, whether they're on psych meds or they're on metformin for cholesterol or blood pressure, one of the two. Cena for bowel movements, lorazepam for behavior. It's a million things, but I'm still learning those things myself. But I kind of can look over some medication and say, okay, this person has high blood pressure. They don't really go to the bathroom too often. They have some things for behavior, so got to make sure they keep their meds so they can, stay on track. You want to create that care plan on whether it comes from you or their case manager. You want to make sure you have those things in place and know who you are accepting and know what type of things that can make them tick, that things that can keep them calm, and once you know your resident, it'll be easy to, calm them down when they're having a rough day. Okay, they like to talk to mom and or dad or their daughter, and they haven't heard from them in a couple of days. So, you come in like, hey, you want to talk to mom, or do you want me to send mom a video, or you want me to send your sister a video? Whoever it is in their life that, that they look forward to speaking to every so often. So I make sure that I try to do that to know my residents. And last but not least, is just being innovative, trying different things. You know, in the beginning, you have your menu. We have a 4 week rotation for our menus. So every week we switch out a menu. It kind of tells what they should eat each time of the day, each time for each meal. You know, for snacks, everything is kind of laid out plain. But we try to mix different menus in, different items in, depending on what it is on the menu for that day. So if we have a pasta that's supposed to be had on a Friday, we may do a pizza instead. You know, so Fridays we're gonna do pizza. We're gonna do we can order in, or we can order a nice oven pizza that we can pop in, and the residents really like it. We try to mix in different types of drinks: fruit punch, lemonade, sweet tea, soda at times, low sodium. Take that part out, Jenny. Different desserts: cookies, cakes, cupcakes, fudge pops, ice cream sandwiches. So whenever I'm in the store, I'm trying different things, trying to see the feedback that I get from the residents, what things they like, what things they don't like, how we can substitute different things in. We just implemented some of the pedal bikes, not the bikes, but they're just like the pedals only. So they can pedal, they can put on the table using arms, they can put on the ground, use their feet. We just got some darts, started to play music. So different, we just trying things. You just have to try things and see what your residents like, because it's all different from each facility. Each resident, they have their own makeup, and you have to see what works for your community. So you can't say that, this is what I do for my guys, these are what they like, this is the only food they eat. Like, you have to find out what it is, because you may be at one facility where everyone prefers rice, but you go somewhere else, we prefer to have mashed potatoes. So you want to make sure that you're finding out the things that they like, don't like. You're trying different things, because you don't want everything to be so routine that it almost becomes boring, and they're like, "Oh, mashed potatoes again," So I try to keep it fun. I try to keep it fresh. We try sweet potatoes sometimes, whatever the case may be. You want to just keep trying different things and keep it innovative, keep it fresh, keep it fun, and the residents will like it or they won't like it, but it's good because they got opportunity to try it and you got the opportunity to try it. So those are the things that I do. I think that sums it up. Be innovative, meet people, celebrate holidays, network, and build relationships. Those are the 5 best practices that help me grow, that's helping me continue to grow. And I hope that I continue to go, God willing, and we see where this thing goes over the next couple of years. I'm Chuck Frederick. Make sure you like and subscribe, watch some more videos. If you need any assistance, reach out to me on Instagram, dgt.chuck, on all social media platforms. Until next time.